Hey guys, this is going to be part 2 of my answers to your questions. Gregory Albert, you want to have more kids? Answered that. Dawn, house tour please. I don't think I'm going to do a house tour specifically for a bunch of reasons, but I did do Cassidy's nursery. I plan to do the girls' room once I finish that because I'm still waiting to finish a few things in there, and I think it's going to be super cute. And other than that, you see a lot of my house and day in the life videos as it is, so yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a house tour specific. Nafessa Mohammed, hi, I was curious to ask you this, but you now have 3 girls. I'm the same and pregnant with my 4th. Congratulations. I really hope it's a boy, but did you try all the methods, for example, shuttles, and for example, did they prove right or wrong? I didn't specifically, I do know about the shuttles method. I didn't specifically go out for a different gender. I've always felt like I was going to be a mom of 3 girls. I said that well before I was even pregnant with Riley. I just knew. I just don't know why. It wasn't important to me to have a boy, so I didn't set out to do it. That being said, I am familiar with the shuttles method, and with all 3 of my kids, if I were to have followed that, like if I were trying and that's what we did, you know what I mean? Like the timing wise, we were set up perfectly for a boy. All 3. Boy, boy, boy. So even if I was trying it, I would have been definitely let down because that's what it would have predicted, or that's what we would have been trying for. And we got girls anyway. So yeah, no, we didn't try that. Hayes Gouveia 1. How are you losing baby weight? I do weight loss updates, so check those out. I tell you all about how I'm losing it. I have one coming up next week, I believe. Yeah, I think next week. Aphrodite D. What places in the world would you like to visit and why? I'm the type that likes to go to tropical places where I can lay on a beach and drink and do nothing at all, listen to music. I'm not into like sightseeing and, you know, going backpacking and adventures and things like that. I have lots of family and friends that love that. To me, that's not a vacation. I just have no desire to do that. So, you know, anywhere tropical, anywhere down south. Bora Bora, like if I was rich one day, that sounds amazing. Those little huts on the water. I'd love to go to Australia and New Zealand. I guess if I were going to explore anywhere, it'd be those places, and I hope to get there at some point in my life. The other places that isn't like laying in the sun is Italy. I do have a attraction to Italy just because of the water canals and things like that. I think it's a very romantic city, but other than that, I just like to lay on the beach and drink and hang out. Lan Eiffel? Ian Eiffel? I don't know. 1066. How did your older girls react to the baby after she'd been there a while? Was there any jealousy for your middle child going from being a baby to a big sister? Good question. I don't know if I ever really addressed this. I am super happy by the way my older kids adjusted. The age gap definitely made a big difference, not only in how they adjusted to the new kid, to the new child, because my 2 older ones were 18 months apart. So the experience was very different. I wouldn't say Kayla was jealous when Riley was born, but it was just so hard as a mom to have 2 kids 18 months apart. Like, I don't know, I felt very torn in 2 directions, trying to get everyone on the same schedule. It was a lot more chaotic. Riley was 3 3/4 when Cassidy was born, and it was like night and day. A lot easier to manage, and because Kayla and Riley had each other, they just play together, they entertain each other, and they're there for each other, so they didn't really feel like Cassidy took that spot. Riley, the middle child, has always been more of a needy child, more of a clingy child, if that makes sense, and that didn't change when the baby came. She still does that whenever I sit down. She's kind of like right on top of me, or she's wanting attention, she's grabbing at me, or she's just generally kind of a whiner in areas. But when Cassidy came, it didn't change. It's just the same. It's just Riley. So yeah, we got lucky with that. Nothing really changed. Super fun Kate. What were your first steps when you chose to lose the weight? I'm a new subscriber. Saw your before and after video on the weight loss, and it's so inspirational. Oh, thank you. For those of you who don't know, I lost 90 pounds on this channel in the past, and I have most of my weight loss videos up, I believe, and then I have the comparison, the 90-pound before and after comparison, so I'm guessing she's referring to that video. And I do have, I believe in that actual video, or maybe one beside it, kind of the things I did, because I did a lot of different things. But my first steps were Weight Watchers. That I've done that in the past. It was really helpful. It's just kind of getting my portions in control and my eating habits in control. That's where I started, and I moved on to running and P90X, and I did nutritional shakes for a while there, like Visalis and Vega, and I did lots of things, but I started with Weight Watchers. Irene Cruz, what are some things not to do when potty training? Again, if you're a somewhat new subscriber, you might not know that I have potty training videos up on this channel. I actually have 2 from both my kids, and I followed the potty training in 1 day method because that's what my mom used for us, and it worked really, really well. So she passed down the book and everything to me, and I followed that exact same method, and I actually recorded. We can't see my kid going to the bathroom, but I recorded the process of how that day went, the potty training in 1 day. I know there's a potty training in 3 days, which is very, very similar. All right, so what was the question? Some things not to do. Well, if you're following the potty training in 1 day method, I would say that once you commit to start, you can't turn back. You can't go back to diapers. Nighttime's a different story, but once you commit that, you know, today's the first day that we're not going to have diapers, I would suggest not turning back, because I mean, it's a tough few days there in the beginning, but if you keep resorting back to diapers, and your kid's going to get somewhat confused. So you just kind of have to push through the hard part, get through it, and then after a couple of days you might just have an accident here or there, but you didn't flip right back to diapers just because it didn't work out the first day. So I would say just stick to it, commit. Do it when your child's showing signs of readiness. Don't try and do it too early, because that's just going to stress you out more than anything. And definitely don't take it out on your child. I get so upset when I see people, like not people from my video, but just people out in public, like if their kid has an accident or something, getting really angry at them. I don't think that's helping the matter, and you might not agree with me, but I think it's creating more of a problem, and the kids are going to want to hide it and just feel awful about themselves. I don't think kids are wetting their pants on purpose, so yeah, don't take it out on the kid. But that's all I can think of right now. The last question, Emma SB. How did you and your husband meet, and what was the first date like? I think I answered this in the last questions and answer video I did. We actually met online, and that was more taboo back in the day, because we met, wow, almost 9 years ago. That's crazy. Yeah, so we met a while ago, and it wasn't very heard of. Well, I mean, it was heard of, but it wasn't very common back then. Super common now, so yeah, we met online. Our first date, well, we had been chatting a lot online before we ever had our first date, so we knew a lot about each other. We went to Starbucks, of all places, is where we met, and then we drove down to the beach and just walked along the beach and had a good conversation, and then drove back to Starbucks, and it was really nice. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just looking, I might split this into 2 videos, so if I did, that's what's happening, and let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks for watching. Bye!